You are now here on a Wednesday with Easy, the tech preacher. Truth to be told.
It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Wednesday, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's easy, yep, tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher. All the real wired ones, where you at? 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 All the real wired ones, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of Wired Wednesday, baby. The last Wired Wednesday of 2022. I'm quitting 2022, damn it. We gonna quit 2022. We gonna go right into 2023. Hope y'all ready to party tonight. Man, yes, indeed. I got the wired ones in the building. You know, we got some technical difficulties across the board with some of my peeps, you know what I'm saying? But the show must go on. What's going on, everybody? Yes, indeed.
Yo.
Okay, we can hear you.
He said, yo.
We can hear you.
What's up, man?
Having a little technical difficulty.
Yeah, technical difficulty. We here.
I'm here.
The show go on. The show go on. That's what I'm talking about. But look, check this out, right? Google is winning in 2022, man. I mean, look, man.
Yeah, they won.
I every time I turn around and I go back and I look at, you know, and listen, I've criticized Google, the Pixel 3 and you know, going all the way back. We really put a lot of hurting on Google to get it right. And they've been listening. Team Pixel, you know, they've been listening. And so what they thought about was, we're not going to go after the power. Like everybody want to do, you know, we're going to put, you know, the overclock processors in our devices with, you know, 1,000 gigs of RAM and all this here. No, they just want to make a device that's good. And I think what Google is doing, because I read a commentator that says something about this, and this makes sense, that this actually puts Samsung, and a lot of people don't agree with this, but I think this is something that Samsung is antennas is up. They're selling the device right now. You get it for little above $700. Talking about the Pro, the Pixel 7 Pro for about $700. It's going to give you the best of Google, all the updates first before Samsung. You got the best point and shoot camera in the game. The video side complements the stills, but it's not. But it's good, right?
It's good. I don't think anyone's. I don't think.
Right. No, I don't think nobody will say, "Oh my God, the dynamic range is not as good as my Samsung." Come on, give me a fucking break, right?
Yeah.
So I think the camera on the video and the stills is good. The design of the Pixel 7 Pro and the Pixel 7 is
beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
It is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
The software, clean stock of Android, right? And all of that for a price where Samsung is about $400, $500 higher, but you get a clean experience here. Now, listen, I believe, and I know this, that you know, sometimes you do want features, right? That's why, you know, I talk about how I keep multiple phones, how I use Samsung Dex, how I use this, because I like those features. And so as a consumer, you have to know, okay, what do you want in the phone? That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah. And that's how I always bring it. I always say, do you want the best AI, basically replace an assistant with having a Pixel? Or do you want to say, hey, I don't need that. I have an assistant, let's say. I can use any phone that doesn't have all those features, but I need desktop mode. So then I look at Samsung, I look at Motorola. And also, just to be upfront, it looks like we're going to be looking at Google because there's stuff in the code that's pointing to desktop mode. So, so it's really going to be, what you like. It's just like picking out your favorite camera. What is your focus? Do you want a cinematic camera, or do you want a more of a YouTube centric type camera?
But let me ask you this question: with the horizon of the Pixel Fold, and we know that Google is working on desktop mode to compete with DeX. Look, it took Samsung many years.
Now they haven't announced it. It was just that was in the code. But yeah, go ahead.
But if it took Samsung many years to get perfect DeX, if Google comes out with a proper desktop mode, the launch aside with the Pixel Fold, and they talk about the keynote address, like that, go targeted towards the business professional and the person that just want to play, right? The business professional, Samsung, with desktop experience, maybe some type of wireless experience, some type of, that type of, because you can't do link to Windows, I don't think. Yeah, they can do link to Windows on. Yeah, so they do link to Windows and all those type of things. So I look at it like this. It's a grand opportunity.
It is.
For Google to, because they got to be taking market share right now because they got to be taking market share.
They have a decision to make. It was obvious that their plan was we want you to pull the phone out of your pocket and take photos and videos, and we make all the decisions, right? Right. And we're going to do it well enough to where you're like not going, oh man, look at my white balance or something like that, right? But now, do they go for pro mode, or do they go for a pro business type user mode and adding the desktop mode? So they've got a decision how they can approach it,
Yeah. And you know what? I feel good about both, because if you look at, if Google come out with a desktop mode that's catered towards the business professional, and they come out with the Pixel Fold, and the Pixel Foldable is, they do a very good job. They got to do it. Beautiful. They got to put the Pixel 7 cameras in there. All those type of things that motivates people to say, wow, wait, hold on. This foldable is something that you got to look at. Because, all right, so when you look at a foldable device, right, and you look at a device that you want to use for business and play, something with pen support, something with desktop mode, something like that. Does the Oppo Folds and all that, do they provide that type of value?
Oppo has pen support. Yeah, okay, so they do that. But I don't think they have desktop mode. But they do have pen support. Yeah.
So yeah, these companies have to think about that, not just coming out, because listen, if Google once they release their Pixel Foldable, it's stock Android. That means that anybody that drops a foldable,
oh yeah, they're gonna be good.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at it that, I think the only Achilles heel that Google, and we hearing reports that Google will overprice this thing. If they don't overprice it, I hope somebody's in people's ears and say, hey, listen, we have to do something at $1,000 or under price point.
Yeah, I just don't see it being $1,000.
But they could though.
They could, but I just don't see it being $1,000.
Because all right, if they go into this $1,500 to $1,600 price point for first generation,
they're up against Samsung.
They up against Samsung. So it begs the question: would you pick a first generation device that may have issues here and there? Hopefully it don't, but the mindset of most people that buy the Surface Duo, remember that? It was a catastrophe. The first Samsung foldable, again, it was bad, right? So the first generation foldable from Samsung was bad. The first generation foldable from Microsoft was bad. So we know that these devices was bad. So it sticks in our brains that when Google released theirs, it's probably going to be plagued with issues, but I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. So the one thing that Google has over advantage of everything is they wrote all the software pretty much for these other companies, right? So they've been refining 12L. Now they have 13. By the time it comes out, 14 will be, actually 14 is being worked on right now and it will be released next February as far as like non-public, general public release.
Yeah.
So they could have a trick up their sleeve, you know? Just because the refinement of software is there, they just have to worry about making sure there's no bugs with the new hardware. So
yeah, and look, I mean, Google.
Yeah, I just don't see it being like, from what we saw, the design that we saw is, I mean, just ridiculously
if
beautiful.
Google do go to the ultra premium set, right? They say, you know what, we go let our nuts hang and we going to compete against the Galaxy Fold 5. We competing against that device. Okay, we go charge you $1,500, $1,400 or $1,500 for that foldable. Okay, now here comes Samsung, come out with the Fold 5 and say, hey, we do, you know, $1,500 or $1,600, but if you got a Fold 3 or you got a Fold 4 or Fold 2, we give you $1,000 off.
Now Google will do the same thing. Google's trade-ins were really good. Now let me give you an example. So let me just, Google's trade-ins this year were ridiculous. So Easy in chat, for my S22 Ultra, that was $200 because I had credits and stuff like that. I traded it into Google for $885. Plus they gave me $100 on top of it, and they sent LaShawn $100 on top of it.
Nice.
So they had some aggressive trade-ins, and I don't think it will be any different this year. If it depends on what they're trying to do. Are they really trying to get market share with this, or are they really saying, hey, this is our flagship of our platform? We don't care. We don't sell that many because we're going to sell the 7As, the 8s, and the 8 Pros.
Yeah. I mean, I think for a Samsung point of view, and a lot of people be like, oh, but Samsung ain't worried about Google, but they got to be, because if
I think as soon as Google announced their price for the Pixel 7, everybody should have been worried. I mean, that was just ridiculous, you know.
But let me ask you this question. So, and I know Samsung on Twitter, you know, they watch YouTube videos, they watch bloggers, they read all this stuff that we put out, right? Everything that we do. And Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is not winning. And that's the thing. That's the thing that people got to realize. Overall, listen, it's a fantastic device.
It's a great phone. I enjoy that phone.
From a marketing standpoint, on Twitter and MKBHD videos and other people videos and everybody, they're not, the S22 Ultra is not the device. It's not the one.
I think what happened is, and this is one thing where hopefully Samsung will start to listen to some of the smaller people, because the S22 Ultra is definitely one of the best phones that came out last year. I agree. Yeah. But the one thing that if I'm talking to the Samsung engineers, I'm telling them the device is too wide. You're competing against the Vivo, the Xiaomi. They have nailed the size in hand. They have nailed it. The only people doing that your size is gaming phones, right? So they start with that. And then if you go back until right before One UI 5 was released, the S22 Ultra was a decent performer, right? But it wasn't as snappy, like day to day, using it, moving around the OS. It wasn't as smooth as a OnePlus, as a Pixel, as any of these other ones that it was a Xiaomi. And they got it pretty close with the One UI 5, but the Fold 4 is actually smoother than the S22 Ultra.
Right. S22 Ultra is Beyonce. I hear you. That's what I'm talking about. Beyonce. But as a marketing standpoint, we know as tech reviewers and tech enthusiasts, we know that the Galaxy S22 Ultra is a overall one of the best phones, right? Yeah. But in a marketing standpoint, they're not getting the praise for it out in the open. Now,
I think the bigger YouTubers they are, but not yet. No, not the bigger. No, the bigger. Slam.
I'm thinking they are not. You know how it is. Every year, everybody would be posting the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Everybody be saying, remember last year, the S21 Ultra was most people's phones of the year, right?
Correct.
I ain't gonna say the S20 Ultra because it was a catastrophe with the cameras.
Yeah. But yeah, S21. I thought you're right. There were some big reviewers that they didn't give it phone of the year, but then they would say it won this award or something like that. You're right. It was really the smaller, if you go to Twitter, the smaller creators that kept saying over and over again, oh, well, I just feel the S22 Ultra had the best, no matter what comes out, they had the best camera. They had this, there's something to bring up the S22 Ultra, right? And that's all good. That's the phone that you really enjoyed, right? But I'm with you. Samsung needs more than that. They need more than the small people on Twitter. They need to make sure they get the big reviewer to keep Samsung's name out there as the best, as the top dog.
Right. And you know, one of the things that I seen is that a lot of people were saying, even though the Galaxy S22 Ultra is probably the all-around best phone, but at $749 for a Pixel 7 Pro, come on now. I mean,
yeah, and I couldn't give it the best phone. The reason why I couldn't do it is because my Xiaomi is somewhere else. But so this is the Vivo X80 Pro, right? Mm-hmm. It curb stomps the S22 Ultra as far as like actual performance, and then this just takes it to the next fucking level with the 8th Gen 1, whereas the S22 Ultra is throttle. It's a throttled experience. And then what they did was they rewarded you over time with more throttling, where I can just go wide open and do anything I want. Render video and all this stuff fast as fuck. I can play games. It just laughs at you. It's like, you got any real, where the ray tracing at? That's what this phone is saying right now. It's like, where is the ray tracing? Because this shit is a joke. Whereas the S22 Ultra is not doing that,
Right. And you know what? Here go Dexter. I see Dexter put in something here. He said, there's more time to see the flaws of the S22 Ultra versus other phones. Well, yes and no. I would agree with you because it comes out earlier during the year. But I think when we do get these other devices, we do have enough time to assess. Like, we really do have enough time to assess whether or not a device is good or have flaws. Like, remember when the Pixel 6 came out? Yeah, that was later on in it was a fucking disaster, right?
And it was talked about constantly.
So I say that to say this, Dexter. Even though the S22 Ultra came out earlier, when the Pixel 6 came out, it was a disaster. So we do have enough time.
Think of the iPhone. Look, the iPhone came out late, and iPhone, people just were like, we're not happy with that phone, right?
iPhone 14 came out and it was a disaster with iOS 16. Obviously, they fixed it with iOS 16.3 or whatever is on now. But you have to, with the forced closing and the dynamic islands freezing up on people and all kinds of other things that's going on with the night display and all that stuff, man. I think, obviously with software updates it fix it, but we do have enough time to assess a device, even if it comes out in September.
Correct. I think we do.
So
I think we do. Yeah. Like to give you an example, it was Pixel. My smartphone systems were the Pixel 7. As far as camera, point and shoot was 6A, 7 Pro, or 7. And camera system was Xiaomi 12S Ultra, X80 Pro, and in just a week, this replaces the 12S Ultra and the X80 Pro.
Yeah.
So,
Mark, shout out to Mark in the building. I love my V60. I just got it a couple of months ago. I messed up and got a Verizon Unlock 1 and have Metro PCS, so I'm getting dropped calls. My little brother just got me the Moto Edge Plus 2022. Congratulations to you. But listen, man, this is the problems you usually get if you're going to get a LG device. Usually I would recommend the T-Mobile version of the V60 because that one right there, you don't have these issues with going switching carriers and having these issues. The T-Mobile one is really good. The Verizon Wireless, I got one of the Verizon Wireless. I don't know which one. The G8. I got the G8 on Verizon Wireless, and when I put another SIM in it has problems in there too. So you have issues with that, I don't know. But hey, let me know, Mark, how do you like the Moto Edge Plus 2022? I'm curious because I saw the price drop on that thing.
And the new Moto's coming out too. It's pretty good.
I saw the I saw the price drop to like $5.99 or $4.99 for that thing. I'm like, wow, you know. I seen Forbes drop his video of the Photo Fusion or something. It was
yeah. So they've got one that's coming out that's like the Edge 2023. So it's already overseas. And it's doing really well so far. Yeah. So Motorola's really made a comeback. They just have decided to the real high end stuff they're not bringing over here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know. All right, so let's talk about some of these MKBHD awards and stuff like that. And I don't have no problems with his picks because it was his. Well, I do have an issue with one of them.
I just have an issue with one, but it's his opinion, right? So
I think most people have to understand this. When he started the video, he mentioned this in the video. A lot of people don't hear that part, right? He mentioned that this is my
opinion. Yeah.
My opinion and my picks. So that means, fuckers, if you go get in your feelings, click off the video. That's the interpretation that I get.
And my whole thing, like I think I mentioned this to LaShawn. Mm-hmm. If you're a Pixel fan after you watch the video and you're in your feelings about something, it's like, wait a second, you won the value, most improved, and smartphone of the year. What are you upset about? Right. What are you upset about?
So the Galaxy S22 Ultra got the best big phone, right?
Yeah.
So they got the best big phone of 2022. The ROG
best battery
life of 2022. The Zenfone 9
best small phone.
That phone look good, man.
Oh, it's a beautiful phone.
iPhone 14 overall best cameras. It's drawing a lot of controversy.
So even though he should have put camera system there, but it's really best camera system because he even qualified that.
Which we'll talk about the Nothing phone, the best design.
I'm not arguing against that. I thought that was
that's a solid one.
Yeah,
very solid. The Pixel 7.
Yeah,
that's it. MVP.
So best value.
That's it. Best value. Pixel
phone of the year.
Phone of the year. Oh man, go ahead on Google. The bus.
So that's what I disagree with. That's the one that I'm like, wait a second. Like, it was literally like if I was in front of Marquez, I was like, wait a second, are we trying to LG OnePlus? Because how can a company come out as a bus when so let's I'll break it down with you, right?
Yeah.
So just so people in the chat know, OnePlus and Oppo share R&D departments. All right. So like you can make cases like they have the same sensor and all that stuff. They little tweaks here and there, right? But they're not going to do those little tweaks here and there with the Realme, which is their sub brand that uses the same sensor as the OnePlus 10T. The OnePlus 10T is basically a Realme GT 2/GT2 Pro. It's a hybrid of those in high performance mode with the new A Plus Gen 1. That's what it is. Yeah. And if you go back to YouTubers and some of your favorite YouTubers that then a couple months later said the OnePlus has trash cameras, we're saying this one has good cameras. How does that work? It got the same algorithm, same sensors. And it's I'm like, come on now. And there are photographers that have bought that. Like there are YouTubers that are photographers that bought it and man, I love this dang camera.
The thing that add insult to injury to OnePlus is that they tweeted MKBHD and they asked for the award and they told him next year is gonna be a difference or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, guess what happened?
Oh, I know what happened.
They tweeted from an iPhone.
Yep.
So the OnePlus
and I'm gonna break it down for the chat. Again. So I work with all these companies. Man. And these companies know when I roll in, other engineers, they know I'm rolling in like this, right? I got multiple phones with me. And they're like, why in the fuck is Barry into the shit? We just build the shit. We don't give a fuck about these damn phones. They use what they want at these companies. They ain't fucking with the phones the way this is their fucking job. I don't know why people are still surprised that people don't fuck with this shit the way we do. I have like a couple of people in my whole company. It's actually it's a lady that's the head of the IT that actually fucks with these phones. The rest of these motherfuckers don't care about these phones.
Right. That's their job. They're just doing
That's
their
their job, man. It's like, shit, I got to build. I'm working on the antenna. Okay, I'm working on the filter that goes in right before the Snapdragon. They don't give a fuck about these things. They're like, if they didn't have to have these phones, they wouldn't. It's their job.
So, but let me ask you a question. The person that's working in the marketing department, the social media department, shouldn't they at least have the device to tweet, and so they won't get?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Okay.
But
They're just not in. They're not into it like we are.
I know, but tech enthusiasts call them out for it.
And they call them out. But the bottom line is, we talked about this before. We have to educate people. They have to know that these motherfuckers don't care. So whether it, the only way it's going to happen is the company forces them, because they don't care. They were hired to market. They weren't hired to use the phone. A lot of them don't even care. They don't like phones, man.
So let me ask you the question. So the tweet, I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm on.
That's good. It's fun.
So the tweet said that we will change your mind next year. Now, even if they're not a tech enthusiast and they're just doing their job, so are they just putting out a false claim at that point?
No, they're not. So again, this is for the chat. Oppo made an announcement. This was like 2 weeks ago. They made an announcement over the weekend. They're sick and tired of playing games with OnePlus. So they basically said, you motherfuckers can talk shit about OnePlus if you want to, but guess what? The fucking flagship phone by Oppo will be seen as a OnePlus. They will have the best fucking phones. So after the 11 drops, they're like, we're bringing the fucking heat. That's what they said. So their reference designs will be a OnePlus. So if people get it and go, oh shit, this fucking thing sucks, they'll know y'all motherfuckers are just tripping, and they might just say, hey, we'll just have to kill the OnePlus, because we're putting our best shit, our best technology, everything is going to be in the OnePlus. They made that announcement. They were clear. They didn't miss words, because they know with Oppo, they can do anything. These same reviewers will get the same damn sensors and go, God damn, this camera's great. They get a OnePlus and they're like, it's trash.
Right. That's crazy. Dexter.
No, so Dexter, he used a program. He used a third party program.
Yeah, it's a third party. They still show up on third party.
Yeah.
Elon ain't that smart. Trust me. He ain't that smart. But yeah, I mean, look, I think when you look at 2023, I think OnePlus, Motorola, these other companies, you got these other smaller companies that's coming up too, man. I mean, man, I've been getting a lot of emails from, companies I worked for in the past, and they are motivated to put some stuff out there. The only thing is they want to be in that mid-range. They're not worried about flagships. They just want to be in that mid-range $300 price point. They want to give you a lot for $300. They want, because these companies, these other companies, not the Samsung and the Apple, right? These other companies that's trying to rise up, they want sub $300 devices. They do not want to go past $300, $400. They want to be right there in that price point. Yes, they do have to compromise, but they are putting out great product, and they are really motivated in 2023. And I'm all for it. I'm all for competition. I'm all for
yeah, exactly.
And listen, I want to. Somebody hit me up, and I will bring LB in. Somebody hit me in the comments, and one of my comments said this: a lot of devices that I review on my YouTube channel, I don't know about it. I can only go about what I trust. Okay, first of all, if you don't know about these companies, there's a program that's called Google. You can Google them and do your research. That's one thing. Second of all, why would you trust any of these companies when they're screwing us from top to bottom? So you can't trust Samsung, Apple, Motorola. Listen, they all out after one thing: your money. That's it.
But you are right. But we also can't trust everybody to give us the data, right? Everybody has a finite amount of time, a thing that they're trying to share with their viewers. It could be from user comments, right? So like Dexter Cumberbatch said, what is OnePlus's identity? Dexter, OnePlus's identity is this. They have a OnePlus 10, and then they came out with a 10T. We're actually 10 Pro.
Yeah.
They're going to give you a dope camera release, and then they're going to give you the high performance, basically gaming release of the phone. That's what we're going to do. And the step further is this. The camera is pro mode. Okay, so they're doing Hasselblad just for the people that want to pull it out and point and shoot, get decent colors and all that stuff. But then they say, we're going to give you pro mode so you can change things and really optimize and not trust the phone to always get the right white balance, always get the right focus point, always get the right shutter speed, right? Then they give you 4K 20, which Sony has and one ZTE phone has. No one of the ones is doing 4K 20, 120. Slow motion out the yin yang. You have family memories, that's what you got. Then they have movie mode that allows you to have ultimate dynamic range, so you have ultimate control over your colors with log. So you literally can take a OnePlus and say, hey, let me roll to the beach, face this way, I'm gonna face this way, go back, color grade it, make it all look the same, like you're using a mirrorless camera. That's what OnePlus's identity is. It's just what's happened is people don't want to give OnePlus credit. And OnePlus has come back, or I should say Oppo has come back and said, fuck that. Playtime is over. Now, if you got some shit to say after we drop the 11, when we start to come with the newer products after that, talk to us. But guess what? The best phones will be in OnePlus after that 11 drops. Not the 11. I'm talking about the phones that come after will be the best ones that Oppo has to offer.
So I think people get things mixed match. You have two segments of the camera and smartphone. You have the consumer that,
right?
That don't want to do nothing with their phone, will open up an app and use the app. That's it. They don't want to tinker around with nothing. They don't mess around.
Buy this.
They don't do
Buy
nothing.
this.
Exactly. That's why the Pixel 7 is your choice.
Yep.
Then they have the prosumer and the professionals that will go into log, that will, root and rhyme their devices, that will go into doing, raw and putting it in, Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop and adding colors to a bland photo or log photo or raw photo. So it's two different segments. So we talk about identity for the average consumer that just want to pick up a device, point and shoot. Pixel 7s, iPhones, those gonna be your devices. The one that if you just want to take a photo, open the camera up, you don't want to do no work, you want the phone to do everything for you, that's those devices. But if you want to take your professionalism to the next level, or you want to be a prosumer, then that's where your Sony 1 Mark 4 come in there. This is where your Xiaomi come in there. This is where your other devices come in there. So you have two different segments.
You have two different, and the thing about it is easy. You can go back to your original video with Sony. You didn't come in and go, hey, this is a great camera system, man. You don't need to use pro mode. You were like, hey, this is not for you unless you're going to use pro mode. If you're prosumer, you said in your video. So this is one thing I will say, and this is where hey, it's his opinion on the camera system. This is where I couldn't give the iPhone 14 a runaway, right? So I had posted on Twitter. There's a couple of back and forth. This was back when the iPhone had come out, right? So I posted back and forth, and I was like, some stuff about the iPhone indoors. I was talking about indoors, right? So when the Pixel dropped, I immediately started going back with some people, and I'm like, dude, Pixel indoors, if you set the white balance, it's one of the most accurate phones as far as color science that you can get. You take it outside, I give it to the iPhone, believe it or not. But you have it in here, right? So a dude hits me up like a day or two later, and it's like, hey man, y'all need to listen to Barry. Check out Gerald Undone's video. Gerald had just dropped a video where he measured the pixel color science in the studio, and he said everything's perfect. All these numbers, the RGB lines up. It's exactly what I'm measuring. The iPhone is lost. He goes, if you need a vlogging phone, buy the iPhone. If you need a studio camera, buy the Pixel. Yeah. And that's where we come in as reviewers, is to say, hey, we've broken this down. Even if we can't get to it, hey, I talked to Easy. He's tested this. Go to his video. Yeah. So we can make sure our consumers are purchasing or having the right information. Like I could never, with a straight face, say when the OnePlus 10T dropped, that a 649 phone with the same camera system and algorithms that was universally praised for the real me. So you have OnePlus Oxygen, a better software experience than the real me. Plus you have the same camera and you have better performance because it's the A Plus Gen 1 and it's 649 with 16 gigs of RAM for 256. I can't live that with a bust of the year. And it had no bugs out the box like the Nothing Phone 1 that wasn't released here and didn't get slammed like the Pixel did because it was released over there. So when it had 2 months of bugs, no one was saying anything. You see what I'm saying? OnePlus 10T came in here and said, guess what? T-Mobile signal, guess what? We're doubling your download speed. We're doubling your Wi-Fi speed. Oh, you don't have connectivity with your other phones? Well, guess what? OnePlus 10T is providing you with that connectivity. We actually have a different antenna and radio array specifically for this phone that we only used in our Oppos. So I couldn't give it the bust of the year at all. 649 for 16 gig, 256. Come on. Now.
I mean, look, I'm gonna let y'all chime in, Sean, because I know y'all wanna. They're like you about to explode down there, man.
No, I just want to make sure I had to change up. You know what?
Yeah. LB.
Is it better now?
Oh, you great now, man. Ain't nothing, man.
Okay.
Look, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. Listen, I know if you watch my if you listen to my podcast last week,
switching it up.
I did say Happy Thanksgiving, right? I did say Happy Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. I think I said. Yeah, because people in the chat was clowning me. Sippy, you said Thanksgiving.
Did they
on the
realize
podcast.
You were drunk, sir?
Oh, I said it in the live chat. Hold on. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it. So real quick. Y'all know we all have love for Easy, right? And that was just a joke with Easy. I wasn't clowning him, right?
So what
ended up happening was he had a great podcast. All right. So he's in the chat. Everybody's still in the chat. And I don't think anyone caught it. So I was like, I got to put it down. So he's like, all right, everybody. So another podcast. He's like, Happy Thanksgiving, you know? So I was like, Happy Thanksgiving? You know? Sir, it wasn't clowning.
Listen, I was not drunk. I actually filmed that podcast. It happens. I know. I filmed that podcast like 6 a.m. in the morning. I was drinking coffee.
You wasn't drunk. You wasn't drunk. You was just halfway asleep.
Yeah, because I had to film the podcast, edit it up, and everything. And I'm using 2 cameras now, so the editing is a little more difficult now.
Now, do you do multicam with your editing?
Well, I am now doing.
Like, do you have 2 separate timelines, or do they collapse into one?
No, they're 2 separate timelines.
Oh, I gotta talk to you.
No, but I'm switching.
Yeah, so you can switch with the way I do it. You can switch.
I'm going.
So
to
everything's.
No, you can do that in DaVinci too?
I think you can. I think they got multicam in there. Let me check.
I'm switching. I'm about to
pull up.
I'm tired of paying a freaking $10,000 a year for Adobe Premiere.
Oh, I feel you. I love Adobe. I love Adobe, but God,
I'm about $100 a month paying for Adobe, man. I'm serious. I love me some Adobe. I got Adobe Premiere Pro. I got the whole suite. I got the whole suite. The Photoshop. I got but I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you can do multicam in DaVinci. You can do multicam.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. So I mean, I'm trying to get rid of all except Adobe Audition. I love Adobe Audition for my audio. But other than that, I mean, God, dude. D-Mel said, "Why you not on Final Cut Pro?"
That's what I switched to.
I'm going to DaVinci, man, because see.
Well. So it's compatible with some hardware, man.
Right.
That's why.
It's compatible with some hardware. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm getting the hardware that's compatible, and I've been watching cool video. Listen, shout out to the content creators. And look, we got to give some shots. I want to give some shots. I want to give a huge shout out to content creators that put together videos, instructional videos, awesome videos that I really appreciate.
Oh my gosh.
Mike, man, listen, it makes me
It makes your job a lot easier.
Yeah. Because they have hours. They got content creators that put out 2-hour long tutorial videos on DaVinci Resolve.
Oh yeah.
And every minute of it is golden, right? I mean, from color grading to using Fairlight as far as, audio. I mean, these guys, think about the time, the effort that you have to put in to make a 2-hour long tutorial on something. And look, they don't have a lot of views on it. It's all good, but they are very good at what they do. And I love that. So for content creators, I think content creators need to refocus on giving,
it helps. It
helps in a lot more value to your audience than we used to do. Because the fact of the matter is, if somebody want to watch a short video, they go to TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. I think YouTube needs to be where YouTube needs to be.
It's sort of like so. I've done it in a couple of videos. I probably need to do another video too. But pro mode, like I think everybody should use it, right? But most people hear pro mode and they go, "Oh man, how can Hey, I can walk you through it."
Yeah,
it's not bad. Like I can show you how to use your mirrorless camera. Now I'm not going to say you're going to turn into the Bionic Scoop overnight. That's a lot of years, but you'll at least get to have the settings right. Whether you know how to compose and really understand, composition, that's a whole nother thing. But we can at least make sure your settings are right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think as we talk about going into 2023 and we talk about our accomplishments in 2022, I mean, Barry, holla at your boy Gigi, the Bionic Scoop. Y'all guys have made God, man, if you look at your videos in 2021 compared to 2022, it has been 1,000% difference, and it's been so good that y'all guys has really focused on giving details. See, listen, anybody can open up a box and say, hey, here's the phone, here's the specs, here's this, the screen looks good, the body looks good. Thank y'all guys for watching. But when you go into minute details, when you go into talking about your experience, when you're giving good visuals, and listen, they have some people that I could watch that don't give no visuals, right? Like Jay Will. I could watch his video and he don't do a lot of it, and it's all good. I like his style, but everybody can't have that style.
Correct.
Like if you watch a Flossy, nobody can be Flossy. Nobody can make an hour and 10-minute video.
Like as far as
right. Nobody
try hour
can do
and
that.
30, hour and 47.
Right. But every minute detail in the video is entertaining and give you information.
What's the man?
Right. So I would say that means that we can't compete with that. That means that we got to do something different. That means that we have to do something to keep people engaged and keep them, understanding what we're trying to say. Look, I fumble over my words all the time, and I know people tell me that I got a text message from a DM from one of my viewers telling me about one of my videos I made, and he, so critique me, and that's fine. I'm cool with critiquing. Mm-hmm. And I think, going into 2023, listen, man, I think we need to, and I know I focus on this, that we need to focus a lot on just giving value to our community.
Yeah, give value. Why are they clicking on the video? Now, one thing, like I said, I appreciate the compliment that you always give me and Kimmy and LaShawn and Scoop, but the bottom line is, we've been fortunate that you've been in our corner, so you've given us feedback. If you don't give us feedback, somebody that knows you or will give us feedback. So we've had that boost that not everybody gets.
Yeah. And one of the things I do want to say is that, look, anybody that have animosity towards me or anybody that's on this panel or anybody that I rock with, anybody, period. Speak your piece now in 2022. Don't hold no grudge in 2023. You know what I'm saying? I look at it that let's go into 2023 with a clean slate. Like if you got beef with somebody or you misunderstood what people say or maybe a video somebody said and then you kind of misunderstood or whatever, maybe something like that. Hit that person up on DM. Call that person. I'm sure that we very much accessible for a phone call or DM or something like that. I don't want to go into 2023 with anybody. Listen, the viewer, the people that watch your channel, they gonna love you or hate you. That's it. But with other content creators, this is what I'm saying. Other content creators that have animosity towards other content creators, I think we need to bury it in the sand and leave it behind in 2022 and go into 2023 with a mindset of, listen, we all got to come together. And it's hard to do because everybody have different opinions. People get in their feelings. Sometimes, some men got nuts, some men don't have nuts. So, you say something, they may get in their feelings and stuff like that. Listen, at the end of the day, if you are that timid person or you don't like, you feel some kind of way or something like that, DM us, and we'll, have this conversation and come to a common ground. And I'm gonna tell you why. In New York, man, you see what happened to people dying and, the blizzard and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man, life is too short for us to be beefing over fucking tech. Think about this, right? We beefing over
phones.
Over a phone. Who got the best cameras? And these companies is sitting back
laughing.
Just racking up
That's
some
free
money
advertising.
and laughing at us,
Free
man.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, and LB and I have a lot of deep conversations. And one of the things he always goes back to, because remember that OnePlus 10 tweet, right? OnePlus got basically, you were the worst phone of the year award, right? They asked for the award, and then Marquez is like, "You did it for my iPhone."
Yeah. And they
what's the thing about press, LB? There's no negative press, right? Their name is out there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know what the good thing about this though? Everybody's going to be paying attention to OnePlus in 2023. It's because of that. And it gives OnePlus a great opportunity to market themselves correctly, to drop a beast of a phone, and they have to, listen, they got to let it hang. Think about this, right? I think about how D-Brand do it, or I don't know if y'all follow Wendy's, but
Wendy's don't care, or D-Brand.
They go off on you. They will tell you, listen, and I'm not saying really go off on people. What I'm saying is don't let people call you out and don't respond. Think about this. You have people that have trending tweets about certain brands and companies, maybe a phone here or there, but the company itself that's probably watching it doesn't respond. That means that you are okay with even though negative press and good press and all that stuff like that. But listen, I own the business. If somebody hit my business up on Twitter, calling my business out, I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna respond in a professional way, and I'm gonna respond in maybe a DM or something like that. But I can't just say silent if somebody bashing my brand. LB, you understand what I'm saying, LB? If somebody on Twitter and they bashing your brand. They look. They just your popcorn suck. It's the worst popcorn on the planet. I don't recommend this. I bought this and blah 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 blah. And every tweet is just tearing up popcorn world. You're not LB ain't gonna sit up there and let it go.
He don't have to let it go because he don't even have to respond. Everybody else will respond for him.
I understand. I know, but I'm just saying. But
but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you might have a lot of people respond, but it.
But I know what you're saying. I kind of interrupt.
When the owner of the company respond, it does make a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh
so
I'm not gonna let somebody. I'm usually gonna find out where it's coming from because it's usually coming from somewhere else. But I mean, that's just the nature of it. That's just the nature of it. I think to deal with OnePlus is they just gotta, because I guess my issue with OnePlus is usually that their marketing is usually more than what their release is, you know, and then their devices usually catch up to where it is, you know. And I'm just hoping that they don't continue that trend, because that's always.
So this year they didn't market, right? They only marketed overseas, right? Actually, and they didn't market that much overseas because because perception is reality, right? The perception overseas is you compare your phones to OnePlus. So when Samsung has released, they're like, and we compared it to the OnePlus 10 Pro. That's what they do. Over here, they don't have to do that because they know we have been told that OnePlus is garbage, right? So it's on OnePlus to make sure they market themselves appropriately.
And you know what's so funny about when you talk about OnePlus? As soon as you make a OnePlus video, you see these people in the comments, oh, it sucked, man. Why are you reviewing that suck ass phone?
You know, I've been lucky because all my footage is really good coming out of the OnePlus. So what I've had is people like, man, I thought this was trash. And then they buy it. Man, I'm so glad I got that, Barry. Oh my God, thank you for doing this video.
Here's my thing with OnePlus. I put OnePlus in the same category as I put in the Samsung. Like, OnePlus for me is one of those cameras that you don't just take it from the camera. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like you go into pro mode and stuff like that? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. No, it is. It is.
The very same.
It is. But the thing is, OnePlus needs to lean into it, because what ends up happening is you can get decent photos, right? But you're not going to get as good of photos as a Pixel just by pulling it out. You need to go into pro mode.
Right now, for me, the Pixel is the only device that I say is an official point and shoot. Because the iPhone to me isn't an official.
No, it's not a point and shoot. It's a point and shoot when you're outdoors, you know. But then when conditions you go inside and all that stuff, that point and shoot, and then you lose all control. Then you need to control the lighting, all that stuff.
Even though we give Apple, even though a lot of people give Apple, you know, the best cameras and all, I believe that Apple's going backwards with their camera system. I don't think that the camera system is nearly as good as like the 12 or the 13.
But see, so here's the thing. If you're a photocentric person, you're not going to say that about Apple. If you're a video-centric person, you're going to say that about Apple. So, like, I saw some tweets out there today, you know, and, you know, I saw people saying, oh, I agree with Marquez Brownlee, you know, because those people are video-centric people, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to lean in on the iPhone. I'm not a video-centric person. And I think Marquez would have had a different, he would have been surprised if he'd used that iPhone in the studio and the Pixel in the studio, because the iPhone would have just lost its mind. It's just not workable in a studio, whereas the Pixel is. You know what I'm saying? And most people assume, oh yeah, it's the YouTube video is not. I don't even think anything was going to change his opinion, for the simple fact that Marquez is a video person. This is a guy that walks around with $40,000 cameras.
Yeah.
You know? So he's going to like what he likes. But I always judge every person from where they sit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get mad at Marquez. But I don't think anyone, I really don't think anyone was mad at him.
Well, what I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying?
I take it for what it is. You
Correct.
See what I'm saying? He's not going to match me, because I'm not, I can care less about video. I can literally care less about video most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a video-centric person.
And see, obviously I do video. And I would say the last 2 years is where I felt comfortable doing B-roll, like some B-roll with phones.
Yeah.
You know, whereas in the past that wouldn't happen.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if even I'm gonna say this. I know a lot of people can go disagree with me. I I don't even think iPhones is good in the video department. If you ask me,
Hey,
the
but
color
easy.
science is off, bro.
But
the color science is off.
it is,
for
but
me, bro.
they've improved outdoors, right? So outdoors they can get it. Is when they go indoors, that's when they just kind of fall apart.
It's just the
And
color
see,
science for me, man.
Yeah, the color side it's off. Their white balance,
It's
you can't
off,
control
man.
it. Yeah, you can't
I
control
mean,
it.
how you gonna have a white wall brown all the time? Look, when I see J Will video, and I even got the 13 Pro Max, and it's the same thing. It's
Well, you're
unnatural. The
talking
color
easy.
science is off. Everything is off. on
Talking
that
about
phone.
guys, you're talking about guys that their conversation is going to end up. I shoot in RAW, and you see what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's all the conversation that they're having. I don't care about RAW. Half the people that's using those devices don't care about RAW because they don't know what to do with it. You see what
That's
I'm saying?
why it's a difference between the consumer and prosumer. See, that's the difference, right?
And that's
So
why
the, you know, the average
Google's had the right attitude because they're gonna be able to satisfy those people.
Right.
I mean, that's the difference. Like for a lot of tech enthusiasts, they look at pro mode, log, raw as something that they can't live without. That means that phones like the Sony One Mark IV or the Xiaomi with the log support, you got other devices out there that will take that type of. People just go. And even when you people did like your boy, he download third-party apps on phones because he can't, you know, it just something you can't get log support. So now you gotta download MC Pro 24 FPS or Filmic Pro, right? For iPhone, most of your videographers that use iPhone, they use Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro got log support, so they color grade. And so they don't use the iPhone camera.
They're not using the iPhone camera, but they're not using the iPhone camera, but they're picking it as the best camera system. You see what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. See,
that invalidates, and that's the reason why, like, I don't use any third-party apps. I use OnePlus, got log. Xiaomi got log. Vivo has got log, right? So I can take that stuff and color grade it like crazy using that Pixel. Guess what? I can go into 10-bit, color grade it any way I like to, and don't have to use a third-party app.
That's what I'm saying, Barry. You got to consider the sources, you know, and I don't think enough people do that. I just consider the sources and take it for what it is. You know?
Can I say something real quick to Charles? Because he was saying, what is the best way to learn about shooting pro? This is what I would do. I would look for a sunny day, right? And get a phone that has pro mode. All right. So you go outside, drop your ISO all the way down, and then you adjust and you just look at the viewfinder and look at the sky and adjust your shutter speed until the sky matches. When I'm talking about clouds, like you'll see with the shutter, because it's going so quick, you'll see that sometimes the clouds will like change. They'll look a little different, but get it to match up, snap the photo. All right. So you start with that, then you can start changing the white balance and all that stuff. But start with that to where you know you're getting a good picture every time, and then slowly start to change it from a sunny environment to light environment, and you'll be hooked on pro mode.
And look, don't get me wrong, they got accessories for iPhones and Galaxy phones as far as filters and stuff like that. Because,
correct, but that's not what we're judging. We're not. Anyone can judge and say, hey, they got the best camera if I added stuff to it.
Right.
And so this is why I am dead to right when it comes down to iPhone cameras. It's no way that I could film with knowing that color science is totally off. That means I got to use Filmic Pro. I got to use MC Pro 24 FPS. I got to shoot log. I got to shoot log on those phones.
Go
ahead,
Scoot. Go ahead, Scoot.
Go ahead, Scoot.
But if you're doing all that, you're going to use any tool necessary to get the job done. So you're
yes, but
we agree with what you're saying, Scoot.
We agree with what you're saying, but we say that they picking. So hold up.
That would be just like you. It would be just like you, right? You got the Fuji, right? So you're killing the game with the Fuji, right? But then there's an extra add-on that you could use, not a camera, not a lens, but there's like the $1,000 add-on that you can do that gives you something different, right? Changes the color science or something like that. And then you're saying, well, Fuji's base camera is the best, but you're including this other feature into it.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's what Easy's point was.
What I'm saying is, we talk about camera apps, native camera apps
That
on
doesn't
their
work on that
devices. We
H2S because it's got an attachment that actually helps with recording time. So.
And then with that slight flex that you just did as you moved your head and body close to it,
Right.
you did that subtle flex. Oh, so here you go.
Oh, there it is.
Come on, Scoop.
I mean, look, I could tell you that.
Oh my God, man.
Heroic Midget said, yes, indie filters. And look, I've been
Yeah,
using
and
my-
I understand. I totally get that. Totally
And
get
I've
that.
been outside. I got to use filters outside. You know,
Gotta
not
use
with
it.
phones, but with my regular camera. So, you know.
Hi, Sean.
It does, Joker.
And look, don't get me wrong.
That's not what people are saying, Dwayne. Wayne,
We're not saying that.
Yeah, people are. What we're saying is, if you're going to judge the device, judge it on the device first.
So Dwayne, it would be just like we're getting a Corvette Stingray, right? So I get it. Scoop gets one, and then
Scoop would get a C8.
So then I go put $50,000 worth of enhancements on it. And then I'm like, well, mine is better than yours, Scoop. It's like, yeah, you added 50,000. You're not comparing apples to apples. Oh, yes, I am. They're the same car.
No, they're not. Once you mod it, it's not the same car.
I would have bought a C8.
And so what we talking about is the out of device natively. We're not talking about third party apps. We're not talking about add on indie.
Yeah, because
I
last time I checked, I don't think he said in his camera comparison with the other phones. Like I'm talking about the original one. Hey, we use this Pro Mode app. It's like we use our stop app.
But that's why I said, like I take the overall for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I take it for what it is. Because like my whole blurb is this. Okay, we just had one of the best blind
ever.
Right? The best blind camera test ever. Right? And according to that blind camera test, the iPhone failed miserably.
Absolutely.
But then the iPhone is the best camera
Yeah.
overall. Am I gonna get mad at that? No.
Yeah, I'm like, that's his opinion. That's his opinion.
Yeah, and I know what we're talking about. So I literally didn't lose a millisecond of sleep off of that. You know what I'm saying? It's
but LB, you got to think about it. That was two different reviews. One review is for the consumer picked, and the next his award was his personal picks.
And
so
it's his personal pick.
So the consumer picked the Pixel. He picked that iPhone as far as camera, right? Now the consumer.
And I wonder who Google gives a shit about, even though he has some sort of influence. But most people, you know what they're going to buy. I mean,
Well, I don't think I'm not gonna sit up and say he's an Apple sheet. He can't.
Why not?
Literally, because he carries because he carries an Android phone.
So what? But every time he does some sort of something like this, it always comes back to an iPhone.
No, a couple of years.
Really, I don't know, man. He been carrying a Pixel and he be carrying an S21.
Which are both the 6 and the 6. He said he had to put the 6 Pro away because of the bugs.
Right there, that was the 6. But before then, he was on the S21.
He was running, prior to that, the OnePlus.
He was on the S21. Oh yeah, the OnePlus. He was on OnePlus, and then he was
won 2 years in a row.
Yeah. So he was on the OnePlus, and then he was on the S21 Ultra. And I think he's on the Pixel 7 Pro right now.
Yeah.
Really?
He's on the Pixel 7 Pro right now. The Pixel 7, look, you got to watch his podcast. You got to watch his.
He's on the Pro, but he says that the 7 is the best.
Right, the 7 is the best value overall. Right,
being the best overall value.
If you watch his podcast, and his other channels, he got other channels.
So my whole thing, this is the only thing with Marquez. If I have one critique, the way you say things about Samsung on your channel and on Twitter should be the same way you say it about Pixel and Apple. No.
Ranger told you why that's not going to happen.
Oh, I know that's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen. You know, but the thing is, this is the thing. It shouldn't extend to where you have to go, like, to get his real thoughts on the Pixel, you always have to go to his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to go to his podcast. You have to watch an hour worth of his podcast to get his true thoughts. Because if you hear it in video, oh, this is not worth it. You know, I just go for the 7. Oh, I put my thing in the drawer. But he'll break it down if you listen to his power. Like, I'm telling you, out of the $5 that he was experiencing last year, I was like, wow, that's I really don't even count 3 of them. I don't even count as a bug.
Unbox Therapy had to start a new channel too, because one becomes a business and one becomes personal. You know, so you know, one thing becomes the money maker, because I mean, you got staff and see, so people got the y'all people understand.
Oh no, I totally get it. I totally get that. And my only critique is just I can understand you being protective of what you said, because you have to be with Apple. You have to be. But I'm just like, man, you letting bombs fly on Pixel, but yet in your podcast it's totally different.
But see, the thing is,
no, I'm just saying. But the thing about it, he never comes back. He always fixes it on the podcast. He never comes back and goes, "Hey, man, I went back to this." It will be months later where he said it on the waveform, like, "Yeah, I'm back on the Pixel. My staff member's a guy that hosts it. He's all about Pixel and he's been using it and he's not having any issues." That doesn't come up until you get to the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess realistically, I'm just saying there's only so much time in a day to do so many videos, right? And with the fact that, like, I mean, he did name it the MVP.
Oh no! I am not hating on his picks. The only critique I had is the 10T. I just, I would have to be like, hey man, we got to have a conversation.
But
I don't have 10T.
I think he's critical of the 10T because of his expectations for OnePlus. I think because he was all in on OnePlus, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
That was like, you couldn't say no wrong about OnePlus. I think he might just be having high expectations for them because he was running hard for them.
But the 10 Pro, if you want everything that you need out of a OnePlus phone, you get the 10 Pro.
Oh, sir, Paul.
This was a phone that was basically budget.
Juice?
You know what I mean?
Boy, he coming in.
You know what I mean? It was a budget phone that had great specs and great memory.
Mm-hmm.
It was no expectation of this thing being, and God, I can't believe I'm saying this, a flagship, because it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so for him to go in that hard and say it was a flop, I didn't agree with that.
But okay, so let's play devil's advocate. Last year, when he called the Surface Duo 2 a bust, the Surface people was going outrageous. I seen video after video after video. I've seen a couple of videos. Shane and all the guys was making videos about that. They didn't like that he called it the bust of the year. And
no. It wasn't that. I'll tell you why they got upset. It wasn't a bust. If you go back to his video, so remember, I did not want the Surface to add real cameras. I wanted it to be flat, keep that same form factor. I'm not using it to be a Pixel, right? I'm using it for the productivity. So they added those big cameras, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, so instead of it being a 1 out of 10 on cameras, it's like 2.5 to 3 out of 10 on cameras. That's what got him upset. And if you go back to Shane's Twitter, he actually started taking photos with other, and he's like, wait, how is this a 3 out of 10? Look at these photos, right?
I mean, look,
I talked somebody out of a Surface today because I knew it wouldn't be something that he could use.
Yeah.
It's a particular person that's going to use a Surface Duo.
I mean, the Surface Duo is totally a different type of device.
Yeah. And once I broke it down,
around a different type of, you know, listen, the regular person that's going to point you with cameras and just want to use Android for TikTok and all that stuff and going up and down, they got this. No, they not going to like a Surface Duo.
No, and I talked somebody out of it today because he saw one and he was like, "Hey man, I really like that." I was like, "It's not the phone for you," and he thought I was being a hater. And once I broke it down to him, he's like, "Oh, it makes sense."
Hey, Jay Will must be drinking some joy.
Yeah, like Jay, I'm not sure if he gets. We're just talking about popular thing that's in there. It's not because we're making them. It's the awards just came out.
He already famous. I mean,
Pixel fans are rejoicing right now because they know they shut it down this year.
Yes,
all the stuff that we have been saying has come to pass.
Gonna shut it down too, Barry.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So
and I've been saying the same thing.
That are happy.
Yeah, I've been saying the same thing that you saying, Jay. Is I just take it for what it is.
I take it for what it is either.
I watched it last night. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
But
yeah, there's some of our creators that I wouldn't in a day's time take their commentary on cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
They'll mention cameras. They'll say this about cameras. They say this about camera. I've seen 5 photos that they've taken in 5 years. You know, I'm not watching you for cameras. You're not a camera person. If I'm watching somebody, I'm watching Scoop. I'm watching Barry. I'm watching people that literally take pictures with a camera, not someone that every once in a while I'll click a picture and say, "Oh, look at this." No, I'm not watching you. I'll watch you for what you're good at. So same thing with Marquez. I expect a certain thing out of him. I take it for what it is, you know.
And you know, the thing about it is, the only reason why we talk about MKBHD is that we have to all we all admit and we all realize that, you know, he is one of the top influences out there. That means that we're not saying that his word is gold and we ain't calling him, you know, I stopped saying tech guard. But what I'm saying is when he make videos and he critique whether or not it's good or bad, it becomes a talkable subject about so we critique him based off of what we believe. Like, so he said that the 10T is the bust of the year, and we having a conversation about, okay, we really don't think it's a bust of the year, and these are the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Look, the phone line's open if you want to, anybody that want to call. And look, I agree.
Call me now.
I agree that we do have. Listen, I agree that again, there's a separation. I think people got to understand. It's a separation between average consumer and prosumer. Listen, prosumer will always be in raw, log. You know, they would go pro mode all the way. They do not mess around with auto mode. Regular consumers,
auto mode will kill you.
Yeah.
You go back to the lab and you're like, man, I'm overexposed. I got to throw this footage in the trash.
All right.
It's time, motherfuckers.
Yo, you're live.
Lord, bro. You all right?
Yeah, you all know this is the damn governor of the state of Swampland.
Oh,
what's up, man?
Swampland, man.
Savage in the building.
Okay.
Look at that response I just gave him.
Put a comment on this thing here about, you know, the National Football League could crown our National Football Champion. Vince McMahon could create a champion in wrestling. You know, that's a stupid example. But what I'm saying here is,
wow, bro.
MKBHD is like the authority. When he say this phone is phone of the year, the world be like, boom, man, shut. I mean, it's like, that is the phone of the year. I don't give a fuck if Jesus himself say,
hey,
don't put him in there now. Hold on.
Don't put him in there.
Don't put him in there.
Hey, Jesus, I'm gonna take your word over Marquez. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Hey,
Savage might not.
Law ready.
I'm talking from the perspective of a hater.
Heavenly Father.
Please don't
I know.
Tonight. But I have to be dramatic. I have to be extremely dramatic. If I could,
did
I
have to find
would
the
go
police on
get,
strike
you know,
again.
just
That is what you call an over
do
dramatization,
what you
sir.
got to do
Yes,
to make
sir.
a dramatic scene. But what I'm trying to say here is the pernt, the PEARNT, pernt.
Perm.
The point of my my subject right here is how in the hell can we take what one man says? I mean, yeah, he did do a very good job of providing empirical research, but then go back on his own research findings and say some bullshit. You know.
Well, no, it was a difference. No,
The
hold
the
on.
bottom line is he's an
it was
influencer. You know?
Listen, it's a difference, but between both of the videos he dropped. The first video was all about the consumers, right? It ain't got nothing. He didn't have no opinion on that. The second video, the awards video, is his opinion.
And every man is entitled to his
There-
own.
there- yeah,
The
it's
awards
opinion.
Is the one that people, the
Right,
award
Hefe,
video
let us
is the
pray.
video that people was like, you know, his research video was like, all right, yeah, that's research. Screw that. But
There are people upset about the research.
The reward video is the video that people were like, hey, all right, so it's like this. If MKBHD was to say, all right, the Pixel is the best phone, based on research, I'm gonna go with the research.
No, it's his
the
experience. It ain't got
iPhone
nothing to do with
61.
research. It's his
Hey, Savage.
experience.
Hey,
Savage,
Savage.
Well, he did a survey though. His
Hey,
survey
Savage.
provided data, according to him. It's his data. I mean, it ain't like we could go out here and reproduce this, but that and that. You know what? The whole thing goes to show you is, you know, I like research. I'm a scientist, and I just think that that his methodology that he used was great, and I respect that video more than his opinion.
But Savage, hey Savage, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey Savage, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is probably whatever I got in the refrigerator
Yeah.
right now.
What?
Cornflakes.
Tell us your favorite food. Come on. Come on, Savage. We know it's lemonade and bread. Let's say lemonade and bread. Guess what? I think lemonade and bread is trash. That's my opinion.
And that's the thing.
I got some
that's the
rice
thing.
sandwiches in there for you.
But Savage, that's the thing. Ravioli is my favorite food. Some people don't like ravioli. It's an opinion, and we gotta learn to realize that
speaking
a
of-
man's opinion is not the direction of any one thing.
Speaking of popcorn,
It's
you can
not-
have a
it's
favorite
not-
popcorn,
it's
but
not
don't
okay
try LB's
that people
pralines and
view
cream because that's an outlier.
It's
I don't know about that. I had
It's not
this-
Marquez's fault that people view his
I like the,
opinion.
the bacon barbecue better.
I can't.
Okay.
You
might
find
like
somebody
savory
else
better.
that'll go out
I
here
do.
and
I
say
don't like sweet
this
pie.
is the national champion phone. The iPhone is the, it's like Marquez basically say, I mean, I'm gonna say iPhone 23, whatever phone. I just pick a phone, randomly pick a phone because this one's pretty. The damn S22. I'm gonna say, the S22 is the phone of the year because this is the phone I chose. And people gonna be like, that's the phone of the year. Motor Trend could do car of the year, and another magazine could do car of the year. But it's like Marquez card. If Marquez was to say this is the phone of the year, it's just like overwhelmingly everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's the phone of the year. I mean, hey, that's why I started off with my NFL example.
Right,
because
this comment right here is the perfect comment. Right here, I don't know if you can see this, sir. This comment.
Let me see it.
But I'm gonna let you go, but I want you to read this comment, sir. All
I
right.
can't see it.
All right. Well, look.
You just when you get off, check it out.
Yeah. Shit.
Look up
at the
Red.
comment.
Look what Red Oracle
So
said.
this comment is perfect, and the reason why is because you got to remember. Once again, I don't know if money exchange hands or whatever, but once you got staff and bills and all kinds of other things.
And let's not forget too, Apple call people up. Hey man, wakey.
Yeah.
Take that video down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah,
look,
but you know
I'm just
what?
joking around. I'm joking around. LP.
No,
Listen,
I'm talking
man.
about Rhett's. What is that? Rhett Oracle's comment.
Oh yeah, 1 million.
yeah.
Yeah. Here's my thing though. I'm not gonna even peg that on him because, like I said,
Yeah, I really think he's
Yeah, I
just
don't-
he. That's how he rolls. Like that.
Yeah.
He uses the iPhone a lot. He likes it for video. He's comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying?
and then not only that, this is like the first year in some time that he went with the iPhone. He literally went from the OnePlus to the Samsung to now he's at the iPhone. I mean,
Well, no. I'm talking about camera, not the overall phone.
Okay.
So I don't think he's ever picked them for overall camera. I think it's only been best phone. Yeah.
And the thing is if he likes Apple's color science,
That's what I'm saying. Like there are things that Apple does on video that I love.
Yeah.
I love. You know what I'm saying? So
All subjective. Hey, LB.
Yeah.
Crab legs is fire, sir. FYI.
Oh yeah. That bag ain't gonna last tonight then.
Nope, it sure won't.
I mean, look, I look at it like this, man. Is that we have to give Google its praise.
oh yeah, you
because
definitely have to.
They have came a long way. Think about it, from the saggy boobs to
3XL that
yeah.
this dude bought. I couldn't even buy it, man.
Saggy boobs.
I had to get it.
I waited for that. I was so excited
ahead.
for that phone and nearly almost was in tears.
So the saggy boobs, and then it went from the Pixel. Not the design was kind of bland. You know what the design was not that great. And to here we go, Pixel 6, new design. I mean, they knocked it out of the park with all kinds of different things. Of course, they had issues in the beginning, but Google took the gloves off. They took the gloves off, and so when you look at how a company that everybody rooted out Google. Oh, it's just for developers, right? That Pixel phone is only for developers. It's not for consumers. Well, Google said bullshit. we making a phone for the consumers. You know, and so yeah, I mean, yeah, I was making sure that was my call.
I thought it was my call.
I thought it was my call. I'd take my headphones. But I think that when Google said, you know what, we're gonna go to the mass consumer and sell our devices. And not only that, they're putting a ton of money behind marketing. Everywhere you turn around, you got the lady.
Pixel.
Do you know Pixel make a phone? You know Google make a phone? Do you know Google make a phone?
You know,
Do you know they make
very
a
good
watch?
phone.
And so one of the statements they said in the commercial is, we can even take your old phone and unblur it and make your pictures look good. And that right there, you think, wait, hold on. Wow, that's pretty cool. So if I go with a Pixel, and if I got photos it's saved, I can fix my photos with this Pixel. So I mean, the marketing campaign that Google is doing is
Doing a good job.
absolutely great.
Look, when they announced that, I was like, oh, finally Samsung fans could be happy.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. That's cold.
Well, I mean, everybody's always complaining about the slow
Shutter lag. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. People were talking about that in the beginning of the stream. They were talking
Ice
about
cold,
the shutter
bro.
speed.
Ice cold.
Yep. Ice
I mean,
cold.
I don't think Samsung will fix that though. I mean, I don't think it's
I've never had a
fixable.
problem with shutter lag, but I'm just saying.
I never had a problem with shutter lag. I mean, you know, I know people that just wanna.
But I know how to use the Samsung phone versus.
Yeah, I know how to use Samsung.
phone.
Let him live,
Yeah.
Scoop.
Look, I already know Scoop is burning up on the side.
Cause
He's
Scoop made a
burned.
video about that. Scoop made a video about it. That's why. Sir, you don't know how to use the phone, sir. Sir, you don't know how to use the phone, sir. It's not shutter lag. It's just pressing the button to get the perfect shot.
Dude,
Well, no,
Tell people to slow down. Tell people to stand still.
dude.
Look, every device you're gonna. I'm not going to use an iPhone the way that I use a Pixel, the way that I use a OnePlus, the way that every single device that you get is going to have its own characteristics. Just like
That's
the
what I'm
same way
saying.
you don't use a Sony the same way that you use a Canon, the same way that you use a Fuji, the same.
You could use a Sony the way you could use it if you want to. You're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I personally only use my iPhones, and I have every iPhone except the 14 for one reason and one reason only. Anybody can guess. Anybody can guess for one. For
I know the answer. So guess in the chat.
Guess in the chat, right? Before I say I'm gonna say it, but I use the iPhone for one reason and one reason only.
Hey, I already know what it is. What is it? The iPhone or is it another?
iMessage.
Posted, no,
FaceTime.
not posted on social media. No.
Oh shit! I don't know that at that point. Then shit, Eric. What the fuck you want me to tell you? At the end of the day, ain't worth nothing else but that.
And that what it is?
I only use it. Listen, I only use it for FaceTime. And
That's what I said, because you're family members. Because
Yeah,
you're
family member. I do the same
family
thing,
members,
bro.
yeah. If they got
Yeah, I
an
do the same
iPad,
thing.
I mean, I can FaceTime you. That's it. When I finish with that, I throw that sumbitch sideways and throw it down on the floor.
Hey, the only reason I use the iPhone, and you guys know it, the only reason I held on to my iPhone is because it will lose me money not to have it. Because I have clientele that are addicted to the blue bubble that I need to have access to. So here you have it.
And that's the only thing. Blue bubble, FaceTime, you know. I mean, I get it.
And Apple knows this. Don't think that Apple doesn't know this. That's why all this RCS talk that people are saying.
Yeah, never do that.
Apple is not.
Apple never do RCS.
Apple announced that years ago. They ain't.
That would be the dumbest. I think that is the dumbest campaign that anyone could ever stop. It's not going to ever happen.
It's called hustling backwards, sir, and they're not.
He said disrespected iPhones, and he would be wondering why people say he hated on it. I don't hate on the iPhone. I say I use the iPhone for one reason only. It's FaceTime. I don't use it for. Listen, I got like 20 iPhones. I don't use it for nothing. I don't. I buy them every year, except this year. I refuse to buy a freaking iPhone.
You skipped this year.
I skipped this year.
And you know what?
You didn't do a
Here's the
bad thing
thing.
by skipping it, though.
Hardware.
I skipped this year.
Here's the thing. Build quality and hardware wise.
What do you mean disrespectful, man?
I know I'm gonna make people mad, but build quality and hardware wise, you can't say anything about the iPhone.
No.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna get mad. Look,
it's one of the most premium built devices out there.
Yeah,
they only make the one phone. It's got to be that way.
It got to be that way.
I agree. I'm just saying. That's what it is, right?
But the iPhone 12 was it's the same thing. I mean, iPhone 10, no, iPhone 12.
But that's what I'm saying.
iPhone 11.
You can't take that from them. It's it's an impeccably built device. After that,
that's it.
Take it or leave it.
And
that's my opinion. For those that get mad.
But you know something else? Certain people don't understand why you can have that kind of cavalier attitude towards the iPhone, and those are the real iPhone lovers. Like my friend Mims, he still loves it. Deep down, he is an iPhone lover. Okay,
he is an iPhone lover. I noticed he critiquing me about the iPhone.
Oh yeah, he's killing you. He's killing you.
Yeah,
he just killed LaShawn too. He's killing him. I'm talking about he passed up a lot of devices. OnePlus devices. Oh, I was wondering if you saw it, but pretty smoky, so figured you missed that.
D Mims, he down there, on the dog side. He the dog side. He still
Big House, what's up, man?
He goggling.
Oh yeah, oh no, he definitely has it up like this.
Yeah, he goggling.
Lewis wants to know how about the ecosystem?
He goggling.
He on his knees.
What about if you
his
get the
knees.
ecosystem, Lulu, you're locked in. It is what it is, and I get it. I'm not saying nothing bad about it. If you got the computer, you got the iPad, you got the watch and the phone. Yo, you're
But
winning.
but that's not the only ecosystem that exists.
That's what they don't understand, LB.
And
I
I'm
can
here
get
to
a
say
Samsung.
this. Look, and I'm here to say this. That ecosystem is showing that it has a hole in its armor. And here's the thing. The more that we move towards smart homes, the more the Apple is going to be crippled. And you're going to be stuck in an ecosystem that has and I don't care what nobody say, HomeKit ain't it.
Oh yeah, HomeKit.
HomeKit is not it. Sorry. As long as Siri is the brains of the operation.
Oh my God.
Oh man, Siri is horrible.
Siri is horrible. It has been like 10 years and Siri is still horrible.
Horrible. It's just like a stale interface. It ain't changed.
Stop what? Stop what?
Yeah, I mean,
stop the hate.
Mims, come on, get a link and come on and state your claim, sir.
Yeah,
We all
I'll
know
put the
you
link in
garbage.
there. I'll put the link in there. He's scared to come on this show. He'll come on, he come on
Probably
Friday
taking
show.
a shower in apple juice right now.
He come on Friday show, but when we call him out on this show, he'll pass. He'll hold his finger up and he go to the exit door.
And I can so far I can do everything on my Pixel that I can do on the iPhone. I just responded to 3 text messages right here on this very computer.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, look, I think for people, look, I say this, right? But I couldn't pry the iPhone out of my daughter's hand. Like she,
Oh no, you ain't doing that, son.
like my daughter, and a lot, millions of people, once they go iPhone, they are,
old folks.
yeah, they done. They done with they
You ain't doing
they
nothing.
don't
You ain't taking them that.
look. I pull out. So this weekend we was Christmas weekend, right? We have family members. Here I am, got my Galaxy Z Fold. I'm opening everybody out there. Everybody, they absolutely love the Z Fold, right?
You don't do
When
it.
Apple go come out with one? I mean, God, it's so great. I will buy one, but I'm stuck on the iPhone. They keep saying it.
That's
They say
right.
they stuck on the iPhone. Stuck.
Because they got a lot of money in the
Enjoy
ecosystem
it.
and they don't want
They
to break it up.
stuck on the iPhone. And I'm saying to myself,
It is what it
And
is.
that's it right there, Sean. And here's the thing. You're not going to hear a lot of people admit this, but a lot of people in the Apple ecosystem are not going to admit that they have to protect their dollar. That's why you're there.
Absolutely. They bought it. Got too much money in it. I get it.
yeah.
Money is, it's hard right now. So I get it.
Here we go. Yo, you're live.
Yo, what's up, E? What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
Come on, what's up, Jay?
What up? I figured either you was gonna call or take that link that I sent you.
Oh, you sent me a link? I was working out, man. I just finished my night workout, but I wanted to clarify something before my context in the chat. People saw that. First of all, no disrespect to you guys for that statement I made about on the tip thing. That's just an old saying we say. I didn't even say.
Oh yeah. We know.
old school,
We know.
man. We
Yeah.
know that. Yeah. No, we good.
I don't mean no harm with that. I don't want people to think I'm, I ain't had no songs for years. You know that it's been about 30 years since I had some songs. But MKBHD, man, this cat, man, he's like I said in the chat, man. Everybody takes everything he says. I was actually having a conversation about you, Eric, and me in a chat this morning. Because people was talking about how he said it was the phone or whatever, or people pick the phone or whatever. And I told him, I said, the problem I have is that when we were promoting, and I always use me and you as an example because back then everybody told us we was crazy for rocking with HTC. Nobody was rocking with Xiaomi. And I told the group I was talking to, I said, I don't appreciate not getting any love from the Xiaomi devices. When you see my channel, it's pretty much built on Xiaomi devices back in the day.
Yeah.
And I can't even get them to send me a flip phone. You know what I mean? It's a shame. And now all these creators who said that the Xiaomi was trash back then, avoid those China phones and all that nonsense they was talking. Now look at the industry. You know what I mean? Like everybody's on that tip hard. Xiaomi is the best, all this sort of stuff. But you made a valid point about the viewer's pick and his personal pick. and I actually unsubscribed to his car channel, and he uses an iPhone 14 Max Pro or one of those to do the channel. And every now and then he'll record with the Pixel, but overall he uses the iPhone for that.
Yeah.
He shoots in Pro Raw with the iPhone on his car channel. But I just think it's weird that, you know, people still don't think for themselves. And I think Grant S., like, to me, the creators who don't get the love, that's what I don't like, man. It's like, I think somebody said it earlier, the millions of dollars are going to the people with the millions of subs.
Yeah.
They tap dancing. I'm not tap dancing. I'm going to say what I want to say, and that's just what it is. I'm not going to be told what to do, and I don't care about Apple calling me and all this other nonsense. But you're right, though. Whoever said, I think Barry said, that's true, though. They'll try to get you to take videos down and stuff like that. But those are the people that's, you know, rocking with the puppet master. I don't get down like that. I don't care who it is. I don't care what creator it is. You know what I'm saying? If you get offended, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you tap dancing, you tap dancing. I never really come across real hard on other creators because we're supposed to promote, big up, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to rock with each other. But sometimes you got to tell a person, hey, you tap dancing, bro.
Yeah.
Tap dancing. And to say that the iPhone 14 is like, I didn't watch the videos, to be clear. I don't have to watch the videos because I got the devices too. I already knew the pictures was good, you know what I mean? I already knew they had the cameras, you know what I'm saying? That, like you were saying earlier about the color tones on the iPhone, I've said that too. I cannot shoot vlogs with the iPhone because it just was, color science was way too far off, and I have to color grade after the fact. But I did go on record and say I use the iPhone for top-down shots because I like the contrast on my desk. I did that for like a year or whatever with the other phone, but there's no way I could pick an iPhone as like the top phone for everybody. The value for consumers is either going to be the 7 or the 6A. And if it had to be an iPhone, it won't be any of the 14 lineup. I still got iPhone 13 Pro. You know what I mean? Like iPhone 13 Mini, iPhone 12 Mini.
That's a great.
You know I mean, there's too many phones out there that are better than what's going on in the U.S. and they get no love.
But let me ask you a question.
They get no love.
So let me ask you a question. We're saying that most people would say that the iPhone 13 Pro Max or the iPhone 13 is better in most people's opinion than the 14. Then why the 14 doesn't get the buzz? And we know why didn't get the buzz, because you can't see an iPhone the buzz of the year, even though the consumers didn't even come close to picking the iPhone, but it's still not the buzz.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's a scare tactic. You know what I mean, like, if I'm just being honest, like you said, I guess you gotta think of it this way: if you're getting the bread, you gotta feed your family. Some of these cats, this is all the fun. This is all the money they have.
Yeah.
So they don't care that they tap dancing, but they also make 20s. You know what I'm saying? So they don't care. They're gonna keep tap dancing, get that bread. We all tap dance at some point in our life to get that bread to feed ourselves. But personally, I ain't tap dancing for nobody. So I done that years ago. If it's a creation like you, I started my channel because I didn't like what I was being told. I was being lied to. Oh, this is a great phone right here. Join fire. Then you get it, and it's like, y'all, this is not good. This is not a good phone. But, you know, hey, what can we do? We can't control what everybody else does.
Hey, man, remember what HTC, bro? Remember that HTC, man? That drug me almost to quit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That drug, because I was frustrated because of that. I was mad, man. Yeah. And I was making video after video. I gave up, though. I give up because people was tearing my butt up in the comments, man. Wasted space and all that stuff. Oh man, I was getting ripped. Me and you was getting ripped to pieces, man. And
but you know what? We kept it pushing, though, B. We kept it pushing.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You know what I mean?
But
that's just what it is. I don't, bro. I tell somebody who subscribes to me, I don't care. I don't need your stuff. That's how I get that. That's how I am. It ain't that serious to me. And for people who that's all they have, they can't say that. They can't tell a subscriber, oh, you know, they can't go off or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they can't really speak freely. Imagine MKBHD on this podcast or stream right now cussing out Apple. Come on, son. You really think you're gonna do that?
Not gonna happen.
If he accepted your, let's just be real here. If you were to get him to come on your podcast or your show, which he can do it. I know you could do it. It ain't no special tricks.
Right.
You can get him on your show. What I want to know is, would you stay like this, or would you conform to what other creators do when they get him on their show?
Oh, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, you know that. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't no. I hate to talk about because I rock with the critter singers. I rock with him. He's a good kid. He's a nice dude. He's a phenomenal videographer. You know what I'm saying? He put his videos, like Barry always said, I go here for this, I go over there for that. I know who I'm watching when I want to get this information. I know what I want to do for this. That's the way I treat that situation. I'm not going to him to see, like, truth, if you will. Like, the iPhone is the phone of the year. Whatever. I mean, that's your personal opinion. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you iPhone. Like you, I got an iPhone too. I got a bunch of them. I use them for family. That's the only reason I got it. But my SIM card is in the Pixel. Like, my primary SIM card is in the Pixel. You know what I mean? So people have to learn to think for themselves. They got to learn to differentiate reality and a real review. Like, there's a reason that some of us don't have millions of subs. It's because just like in the real world, we ain't gonna let nobody plug us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna stand up like who we are, and we're gonna just. If I take the long route, I'd rather be broke and happy than to be rich and a slave.
Ooh, that's deep. Yes, sir. And look, man, I look at it like this, and we do what we can to try to educate people and put the real stuff out there. And look, we just keep pushing, you know, and we just keep pushing and putting out the content to, you know, let the people know. And look, I remember with the HTC, and I was still young in the game, and when people were just slamming me in the comments, because, you know, big content creators does have a large influence over people. And so when they come to my channel or they come to your channel and they're saying, we saying just the opposite of what that large content creator said, people don't like it. And people would, you know, but that's what happened to me. I was frustrated, man. I'm making video after video after video, and I'm deleting and blocking people. As soon as I drop the video, I'm getting 10 people comment, and everything was just horrible. I suck. You don't know what you're doing. You stupid. You know, I mean, that type of thing. That's, man.
It's a clown show, man. You gotta remember, you're like 40 plus years old. I'm sure you're over 40.
Yeah.
You know, I tell everybody, age plays a part. But, you know, you got to think about you dealing with clowns on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, in person, it don't go down like that, son. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you can play this game about, oh, you a creator, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get called nigga every day, and you black monkey this. You know what I'm saying? That's all fake. That's the fake world. You know what I mean? This is I live in the real world 24/7. I don't play these games in person. Now, and when you see me in person, come correct. That goes down to creation. Yeah. When I see all those people at CES and stuff like that, there's anybody running up on me talking about, oh, you said you did. It's not happening to me. And I ain't no tough guy. I don't get it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I want to apologize for that text. I put it early. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's all good.
It's all good, man.
I don't respect nobody. But the fact of the matter is, some people take this internet stuff too seriously. You following these people, you idolizing them too much.
And like, I said that,
with the critter, you know what I'm saying?
And I said that earlier that, you know, people that don't rock with us, you know, that the content creators that, you know, talk, you know, bad about us or whatever. I always said just leave that behind in 2022 or hit us up in the DMs and stuff like that, man. You know, because I don't want to go into 2023, man. You know.
I heard you say it earlier there. You got some beef, you know what I'm saying? DMS, let me go on the record. Don't DM me nothing, you know what I'm saying? Don't DM you some beef with me. You better keep it pushing because I'm trying to stay on the side with Jesus over here. I don't want to slap nobody.
No, I'm just saying, maybe what I mean by,
don't DM me at all.
What I'm saying about DM, I'm talking about DM their problem and get my response, and maybe that might clarify why they might have issues with us. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Say, look, I don't like.
Once again, so I don't care why you got an issue with me. You got to keep it about the text. That's all it is.
Hey, look,
this phone that I'm talking about on the screen. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I have to share. I don't share my personal life. None of that stuff. I just want to keep it about the text. But unfortunately, feelings get involved. You know what I'm saying? Once they say I'm a little off tilt, you know what I'm saying, with the way people keep praising this young cat. But I'm telling you, I like this kid. I'm talking about the people who got their eyes closed, following them, thinking that everything this person says is the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, his word is bond. This is this person. He makes the rules. I can live in that world, but I don't want to live in that world. I'm over here. I can think for myself. Grant S. said it best. Grant said, I didn't watch his videos because I got all the phones.
He got them all.
Volume.
He got them all.
I don't need no self-validation from somebody else. I got him. So he can have billions of people following him, do commercials and everything. That's cool. Get that bread, young blood. I'm gonna big him up. I'm gonna support him or whatever. But he don't get no special treat from me. I ain't gonna be. Every time I've met him, I ain't be like, oh my God, let me get a picture. Nah, son, hey, what's up, son?
Come on, Jay. You know you was like that, Jay. Come on, Jay. You know when you sing MKBHD, you're like, oh my God, MKBHD. Oh my God.
But man, I can guarantee you that's not.
I see people doing that though. When you see these events, sometimes you'll see the creators trying to create, and you'll see them running up to us, hey, let me get a picture real quick. That's lame. That's lame. To me, it is. So you do that if you want to. It's a way to approach a person and snap a photo. Me and Eric hung out with them cats.
I've been seeing them, man. I wasn't
running around. We weren't running around talking about, give me a picture. We was like, yo, if you want to get in the pic, get in. If not, get rock. Take the picture, keep it moving. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
hey, look, don't get me wrong. In person, man. In person, these guys is cool, man. Like, you know, everybody except one person. We talked about Erica Griffin already, but you know, everybody else was pretty cool. You know.
I'm trying to be on. I told him trying to get right with the Lord, man. He's trying to make me slip.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Look, I mean, look, I really enjoy myself going to the events, and I mean, look, after COVID and everything, you know, it just, you know, it just kind of went away, but. You know, I mean, they got CES coming up, and they got other events. I mean,
you going to CES?
Nah, I'm a chill. One more year. I need to give
next
it
year.
Man, you know you
next year.
You can go.
I know I can go. I just said, like, you know, for the events and everything, man, give it another year, because you know we got spikes coming back up, and listen, I'd have had it one time, and I ain't getting it no more. So. Listen, I was scared, man. I was making videos with COVID, man, and I struggled. I struggled, man. I had COVID, man. I come up and make videos, man. I'm like, my wife like, I can't believe you doing that. I said, I can't believe I'm doing it neither. You know, I couldn't believe it either. But yeah, it was some tough times, man. The COVID ain't no joke, man. I don't care what nobody say. You know, shoot.
It ain't no joke, dude.
It ain't no joke.
I didn't know you sent me a link or whatever. I was working out while I was watching y'all, man. I had to get that last workout in. Yeah, man. You know, I just felt like I would call. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I gotta call up, because I'll be watching, man. I'll be doing stuff, but I was like, I gotta call in now. I finished this workout. I got to call in. I really just want to clarify, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean no disrespect to that.
Oh yeah, we didn't take it that way.
Oh no, you good.
Personally against them. Yeah, but you know some people are though. They be like, oh, Jay always trying to come hard. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like that.
You know what I found, Jay? Like I found that doing YouTube, as long as we've been doing YouTube, I actually get so many DMs. Like when me and Sean get into a debate, I get DMs for that. Mm-hmm. You know, and people really do get in. They get in their feelings. And listen, it don't be people that's watching live. It be like the after people that watch, you know, the replay and stuff like that. And I do understand that some people that rock with you that kind of, I don't know, overprotective a little bit. But at the end of the day, they need to understand the difference between a healthy debate, a strong debate, and somebody that's really kind of going off on you. That's not the case. Debates do get, you know, it do get loud. It do get, you know, rigorous. And it's all good.
It's all good. It's like,
it's all good.
We're all going to have different opinions.
You know, we're on week 4 with this freaking comment.
You like that? You like that? We're going to keep it going. We're going to go a couple of months. We're going to go a couple more months, John.
Man, you fresh breath. Look, you should have saw what they did Kimmy. Right? Gigi. When Gigi first came on here, they didn't like her. Hated her, man. Who's this chick on this? She quiet and all that. Who is that girl? I'm telling you.
That's weird.
But they.
Hey, you see Johan's comment, Eric? Johan's comment.
Let's see.
That's a legit question. That's a legit question.
Which one was it?
All right, here we go.
About, like, yeah, you see it. He's talking about, like, do you take a selfie? People take photos of people all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can just wait till the person is, because like Eric said, most of these people are really cool in person.
Yeah.
They're not going to brush you off if you want to. You know, MKBHD gets so many autographs. I've been in a couple of events, like, little kids be like on him hard, man. Like, he signs every autograph too. So I think it's just the right moment in time, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to get a photo, a quick video with somebody when I was at the second CES, the second time I went to CES. But I just let it ride. He was working, and I was like, at least I've seen him. know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go into fan mode and all that stuff, but I just introduced it and he nodded like, hey, what's up? And I just kept pushing.
But you know what?
It's just the right time, you know?
Yeah, it happens to me because I shoot in the parks all the time. And as soon as I set up my camera, I get a lot of people. They're like, oh, hey, and I be in the middle of filming. Hey, buddy, what you doing? Man, I got the record button going on, man. I mean,
You know, you live in that neighborhood. I don't know why you.
I'm shooting a YouTube video. Do you watch YouTube? Oh yeah. Then so I got those. I have a lot of issues when I'm filming in parks.
Well, that I put on.
I
the
get
desk couch
disturbed.
when people look at me.
Move your
Yeah.
dumb ass, man.
Hey man, what you doing?
Filming here, you dumb ass.
I'm filming.
Hey, y'all, I'll catch up with y'all.
All right, peace out, LB.
All right, LB.
Get home. All right.
After all that said and done, what's your phone of the year?
Well, I post my 3 phones of the year already. I did
No, mine, Jay.
the Pixel 7
I know
Pro,
what it is.
the
I saw
V60.
yours. I mean, you know, that was a joke. I saw your stuff.
Then I came back
I thought,
and I did the Fold 4 as my, if I had to pick only one phone, it would be the Fold 4.
yeah. I mean, the phone of the year is just the one that you think is the best.
Yeah.
Simply
Right.
put,
That part.
whatever you think is the best. You don't have to go for what nobody else is saying. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
It's just what it is.
I mean,
whatever
but you
think
know
is
what?
great,
I ain't gonna
man,
lie to
just
you.
go with it.
As believe it or not, Jay, you, me, and even though we preach about getting the devices and trying it for yourself, we're technical influencers too. They buy stuff based off of our reviews.
Right.
So you know, even though we preach about
Jay's dug in my pocket.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even though we preach about, look, you be your own judge. You buy the device. If you don't like it, return it. Right? But at the end of the day, you have people buy stuff based off of our reviews.
Oh yeah.
Word.
And so
That's true.
we do
But
have to bear some
consider
responsibility.
myself no influencer.
But you are though, because people spend money based off of your review.
I know I spent my.
I got a ZTE phone you can have back. You can give me back my money, homeboy.
The difference between, I would say, for myself and some of the other creators that I look at as influencers is most of the time people don't come back to me and be upset about it. Because I'm introducing phones that are $29, $129. You know, if I go too high in price, you know, some people will tell me I can't afford that. Like, you know what? Well, here's the phone you need to be looking at then. You know what I'm saying? Just live vicariously through me. Don't spend that money. And I always tell people, don't, try to avoid buying if you can. Don't finance phones if you can, because you shouldn't be swiping that debit card or credit card if you don't got the money, ready to blow. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff is all overpriced and expensive. The Pixel ain't no exception. You know, if I could stay under 400, I'm staying under 400.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a phone in the end. And if I wasn't doing creation, I'd have a flip phone again. If I couldn't have my BlackBerry, I'm going back to a flip phone, son. You can't reach me on. I ain't got no FaceTime and message and text. I ain't doing nothing. I'm going back to a flip phone. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Hold on, girl. Damn.
So what's next for you, Jay?
New truck, B. New truck.
Oh, nice. Hey,
that's
so
right.
make sure everybody follow Jay's
Waited 4
his
months.
car channel.
Finally ready. I went over there and saw it yesterday. I think I went over there and saw it, and they finishing it up, ready to pick it up. Good. I pulled the Camaro out today, dropped the top, took it for a ride, came back to the house. That's it. That's all I did. I ain't shooting no video. I ain't got no video shot. I'm chilling, B. Grandbabies was at the house. You know
Understand.
so I was chilling, B. That's what I was doing, B.
So
I'm about to go out of town, though, for a couple of days.
Jay, let me ask you a question. So as we a few days from the end of 2022, do you have any type of New Year's type of resolution you're gonna do for your channel or anything like that? Are you thinking about doing some stuff different or going into 2023? Any thoughts about you want to share about anything you're going to do differently or anything you're doing in 2023?
First, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions and all that superstitious stuff, but I am going to start streaming again.
Okay.
Start streaming again. Because I was streaming every Tuesday and Thursday or whatever, but I was even used streaming at 2:00, and it was crowded up in that thing. You was up in there all the time, dude.
Yeah.
It was packed back then, and at 2 p.m., I'd be like, "Dang, people supposed to be at work, and they up there chilling with me." So I don't know what time I'm going to stream. I'm just going to stream whenever I stream. I got to get back in the grind of that, man, because I'm ready to. I'm actually kind of bored with just doing videos. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do a lot of premieres.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get more
I'm
interactive.
tired of just doing content reviews. Yeah, I'm ready to interact with the peoples again. You know what I mean? And just really get live phone calls and live chat, respond real world, and get more guests on like I used to do back in the day. And I'm ready to get back into some streaming and stuff, man. You know, I'm ready to do it. I think I will, but I am gonna be focusing more on my car channel. The tech channel is riding the wave. I ain't gotta put out no videos, but it's still lucrative.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try to do more live streams if I can, or if I find time. But I'm definitely traveling more. I've been out of town so much this week you wouldn't even think it. I've been getting this back in town. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to head out of town tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm about to start doing more stuff on the car channel. I'm also gonna start doing more live streams, and some of y'all can come over and hang with me if you want to. You know what I'm saying? If you have time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for 2023.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, you know, in 2022, man, I've made some drastic changes on the channel. Like I stopped posting more. I started focusing a lot more on members. You know, the podcast audio was something that I really wanted to focus on this year. A lot of things that I wanted to focus on, and I think I accomplished those goals. And the crazy thing about my goals in 2022 that I accomplished, none of it was getting to 100,000 subscribers. My views need to be up to 6 million views. None of that was that. My thing was focusing on the small things, like getting the better audio and stuff like that. So that's what I focus a lot on this year. Putting out less, but you know what's so funny? Putting out less but making more. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah. Less is more. Yeah,
less
quality over quantity. You're saying quality over quantity?
Yeah,
is that what you're
saying? Quality over quantity, right? I've got this year. I've been overly blessed of more promos and more sponsors this year than I ever did. This has been one of my better years. Even I posted less content, right? And I didn't overly spend on devices and stuff, right?
You were big on that.
Yeah.
You had fun though.
Yes.
You having fun.
So
you're having fun. Yeah, that's what's up.
And so I've accomplished a lot this year, and I want to go into 2023 capitalizing on what I've done in 2022 and going into 2023 with a different mindset. Like, you know what? Let me focus more on certain things. I'm focusing on visuals this year, and I'm focusing on, listen, if you notice, my content has been longer. My video's been over 10 minutes and stuff like that. And
I like a long video.
The long videos I've been focusing on, and the reason why is because I look at it like this. Sometimes you don't get a lot of value out of 5 and 4 minute videos. I believe that if a person wants to see a short video, let them go to TikTok. Let them go to Instagram.
Right.
YouTube is going to give you the business. And so I think for me, my focus was, let me give these people the business. Let me slow down. Let me give them a conversation. I learned from you. Like, you giving them a conversation. You talking about, a lot of different things, a lot of different aspects. So for me, I'm learning that. And listen, as I went to more of a longer format, my watch time has doubled this year.
Yes, sir.
Right? My watch time has went up big time this year. So that means that folks are watching longer videos, that folks are loving the longer content and stuff like that. So views is different, man. I mean, listen, you can't beat the algorithm. You can't fight YouTube. You can't. So it is what it is, man. A lot of people get on Twitter complaining about my views is down. I can't make money this month. Listen, man, you did effed up when you left there and made YouTube your only job. Now you got to come on now. You better go out there and DoorDash and Uber Eat or something.
You think that's why I know that's why you're a little bit more comfortable and relaxed on, because you have a business. I'm retired and I have a small business too. So I am a little bit more thankful that I don't have to work hard at it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't work a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? And that's I won't ever take that for granted. But I put in my time. I worked, retired, still kind of putting in some work here and there, you know what I'm saying, and investing and things like that. But I think that's what makes the difference. I was telling somebody else who's in their 30s or something like that, or early 40s, about, you know, having funds without YouTube. If YouTube stops, it's gonna be a lot of people hurting, bro. It's gonna be a ton. If YouTube stops their monetization program, it's gonna be hurting to people.
Yeah,
it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt big time. You know, we just pray that those people don't go through that. I'm saying that YouTube keeps making their money and taking 55%, you know, sliding up the change.
Well,
and,
I mean,
and,
you know,
people still live their lives or whatever.
But the thing about it, Jay, you gotta look at it like this: is that YouTube is your portfolio. It's a business that you run. So that means that there's other entities around YouTube is where you make your money. You know, Amazon affiliate links, you know, promos and sponsorships and all. That's where you make your bulk of your money. AdSense is this, you know, I mean, that just, you know, buy your coffee every month. But I'm just saying, like, you know, it just, a lot of things, even if monetization go away, if you got your channel set up right, and I learned this from El Jefe, you should be fine. Right? If the money, because I mean, that's a small percentage of what you're supposed to be doing.
People, I get a lot of money off of monetization. I do, but I get more money off of the deal because those deals, I like the one-time clicks. Okay, $500 for 5 minutes.
Right,
you cannot beat those. $1,000 for 3 minutes. So if you get enough of those coming in, then you probably could chill. But the problem with that is it's not consistent.
Right.
You're going to have to ink a deal and sign a contract with someone, and most people don't want to do that.
Right.
So that's why for a lot of people, YouTube money is a lot. It's a lot for me, I'll say. I don't know about the other people, but it's a lot.
I mean, my ad said doubled this year. I'm not going to, I mean, I ain't going to say double, but it's up.
I'm sure
right?
It's
up.
Yeah, it went up.
You know, look, the views,
a lot of views.
The views is okay, but the CPM went up because I'm making long term. See, that's the thing. CPM go up, I'm making longer term content. That means that even if I even out on the views, I'm still making more because the CPM is more, right? So it plays out. And look, there's a lot of things that goes into this YouTube content and stuff, right? You know, but at the end of the day, you got to keep it real with your viewers. That's the whole thing. The viewers love you because
everybody's not doing that though.
Yeah, of course.
Some people want the money.
Yeah,
they want the money. Some people want the money. And
they got a taste of it.
That, you know, so they don't really care about.
They got a taste of the money. That's why.
Yeah. But you know, depending on where you are at in your life, the real world, you're gonna do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Take care of your family. Simply put. We all done been there.
And that's the thing. I don't knock nobody hustle, you know. And I always say that people gonna respect you for being honest with them and transparent. You know, look, when we talk about, you know, hey, XY company sent me this product for review. You know, you put up the little sign and say this is a paid, you know, whatever, you know, paid advertisement or whatever, this, that, and other. Yeah. You know, at that point, the viewer should know that it is a paid, you know, content. But
I don't think that should matter. Though.
It don't matter.
It
don't because matter. I keep it real no matter what. See, that's my listen. When somebody contact me, my thing is, have you watched my channel? Because they always say the same spiel. I've been watching you for a long time. I love what you're doing. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Have you watched my content? If you send me this product, whatever, I'm gonna keep it real, baby. You know, I don't listen. I'm gonna keep it real. You know, and before I post it, got to pay the piper, but it's gonna be real no matter what. So I be genuine with my viewers because they know I'm gonna tell you the real no matter what. If they don't pay, then I'ma still release the video. But guess what? They gonna get the real no matter what. But you know, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's this thing. So you know, you could keep it real and get paid at the same time. A lot of people believe that you can't get paid and everything gonna be fluffed and everything gonna be, you know, you got to say all kinds of positive things and all that stuff like that. Listen, you can keep it real and get paid at the same time. People don't understand that. See, a lot of people don't think that YouTube content creators shouldn't get paid. And I'm saying, why? We do work. We put out content. We shoot videos. We edit. 20 hours, 30 hours a week, we into this content. if you work on the job for 30 hours a week, you get paid, don't you? So, you know.
I've been hit the shower. See, I got to hit the shower. I have my night work. I want
Yeah.
to go. I want to say shout out to all the people on the chat.
Hey,
Happy
man.
New Year to you,
Appreciate
man.
you,
Happy
Jay.
New Year.
I gotta have y'all come over. I'm gonna invite you on to the stream. You know, I used to stream a lot, man. I don't know how long you been rocking, but I used to stream twice a week, sometimes three. So I'm trying to get Barry and JoJo.
Hey, you know I'll be there.
Man, and Sean.
Man, happy
y'all
New
come
Year
on
to
over
you.
to the channel, man, and celebrate in 2023 at some point. I'm gonna get that rolling. I'm gonna get back out there streaming hard.
We're going to support you no matter what, man.
Absolutely.
We're going to support you, man. We're going to support you. You know one thing.
I couldn't hear what you said because Easy was
I
talking,
like to
Jay.
have a variety.
Oh yeah.
Say, bro, what you saying, bro?
I got it. Just get on the stream. Man. You guys, when I start streaming in 2023 again, you guys.
You don't want Sean on your stream anyway.
Yeah, I do, man. Sean
The funny part is you got me on here.
No, for real though, man. I gotta get JoJo on too, man. I gotta get JoJo on. I gotta get some of these people that, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, Eric, you guys, I used to stream hard. The sun, y'all used to be in the stream heavy. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be the middle of the day, and there'd be a ton of people in there watching. So I gotta get back. It ain't about the view people in there though, but I just want to get to having some fun with streaming because shooting videos, I'm getting bored, son. And I told you when I get bored, I'm quitting. I'm done. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna stop putting out content. Okay. You'll find out if I start. You'll text me like, "You done, man?" I'm done. Son. I'm over here in Florida right now.
But you know what?
I'm over here in Florida right now.
You know what happens a lot though? We have to motivate ourselves. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I have at least 6 promos sitting in my corner right there. Right. So I know I got a lot of stuff I got to do, but I can't. I have to motivate myself and to make sure that in order for me to review a product, my mindset has to be right. Like, I just can't just throw a product on the table and just start shooting a video. You know, the research involved in the B-roll and everything that you got to do. But you have to have that. You have to be okay about it. Like, you have to feel good about it. You have to be great about it in order to, you know, start doing a product review. And listen, I got
Eric, I want to congratulate you, man. Congratulate you. I don't think everybody noticed it now, but Eric passed 18 million views.
Man.
18 million.
Yeah, thank you.
He got his thing going. He got that 18 million he can pass. But I just thought of it. I'm like, oh, snap. 18 million? You doing your thing?
18 mil. 18 mil.
That's
a lot of
you know,
bread too. Don't sleep on
That's a lot of V60, folks. That's a lot of V60, folks.
Hey, V60 got that for real.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me tell you something. The LG community is large, man. I run one group, 2 groups that's on Telegram, and man, it's large, man. The community is great. You know, they love.
I'm down with LG though. I sold my wings when I could get I sold those wings for $750 each.
Ooh.
I don't know why people want to buy wings for $750.
Because it's a collectible, man.
It's not a collectible.
They can collect it all they want to. I ain't had no
listen, you can sell a wing for $750 right now.
No,
you can sell it. Yes, you can.
Nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody wants this shit.
Nobody wants that shit. Let me know where I can sell it for $750 because I will do it.
In the LG community, man. They'll buy it.
Hey, I got one ready and well.
I got a V40. I got a bunch of LG phones they can come get right now.
And listen, the LG community know this much, and this is what we need to think about. Even if it's Samsung, it don't matter. Older devices, long as they got the Rami community and the people know how to do all kinds of things. They got Android 13 and 14s and stuff running on phones that's 5 years old. Man, they don't care. It's paid off. It's paid off. And they got it running fast. They overclocking it and they're putting Gcam on it. Man, they perfect. They don't need nothing else. The cameras are great. The speed is great. They run an Android 13. The battery life is great. I mean, what else do you want?
As long as they like it, hey.
Yeah.
As long as they like it, I ain't rocking with it though. They can have
I know, but I'm just saying.
You like it, I love it.
Those people love it. They pay nothing, zero. Like they only paying they carrier as far as the service.
Just for
but
the
as
service.
far as the phone itself, they don't have it on payment plan. Listen, you're an advocate of it, and I'm an advocate of it. We always talk about payment plans. Why would you put you talk about the Galaxy Fold 4 today, putting it on the 36, 48 months and all that? Man, come on. Who will pay for a Fold for 48 months?
I try to respect the people that's the only way they can get it. I try to be somewhat respectful of people. That's the only way they can get it. But I'm not willing to promote, debt.
Oh yeah, I'm not willing to promote it.
Right.
There's too many good budget phones for me.
There's too many options. $299 for a Pixel 6a. Come on now. I mean, no freaking way you gonna finance a Pixel 6a. No way.
But wait a minute, Easy. You got a Fold 4 that's the price of a MacBook Pro. People gonna spread that payment out for 4 years.
Yeah,
it's $1,800 device.
We agree. I just won't promote it. You see what I'm saying?
I wouldn't either.
Yeah. So the person can't afford.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, they got people that have this iPhone for life programs, right? That every year they take their old iPhone to get the new iPhone. But what they don't understand is that it's like leasing a car. You never finish paying on it. It's not yours. Yeah. Well, you don't own it.
You got to pay that big payment at the end.
Right.
I ain't never leased a car, but I heard you got to pay a big payment at the end if you decide to keep it. And if you don't, they're going to hit you up. I heard nightmares about leasing cars. That's why I just buy mine. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. But it's the same thing about cell phones.
Whatever the lease contract is, either it's a balloon payment or you can pay it off. But
I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't do balloon payments.
That's crazy.
But I mean, paying on the device for 4 years, 3.5 years.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Nah.
You buy iPhone 14 Pro Max today, and you're on a 48 month or 36 months. That's 3.5 years or whatever. You'll be on the iPhone 15, 16, 17 before you even finish paying off the device. And somebody put in the comments, Bim said they hope that everybody have paid off their V60s or their LG devices. But what if you was on the 36 month? They just not paying it off. Yeah, they was doing it back then in 2020.
AT&T was. I don't know. AT&T was doing 36 months.
They were doing 36 months in 2020. Yeah. So that means if you bought a phone in 2020, that means you might be still paying on it today.
I mean, hey.
Oh, look at Jay.
You might be still paying on it today.
Yeah.
You would be okay with it though, sir, because you're a big V60 fan, so you'd be okay.
But I'm just saying, people that got devices on, they say, what was it in 2020? The iPhone 12? Yeah, iPhone 12?
I don't know if Easy would do it.
Paying on that phone
unless that was the only way he could purchase it, because Easy told Samsung, he's like, hey, man, let me go and slide you this $1,800. Oh, where are you trading? Oh, no trade.
Yeah, nothing. I ain't trading nothing.
Hey, I ain't trading nothing, but that's okay though.
I got 12 9s in the house, but I ain't trading nothing.
But I learn and I live. I learn. Listen, I learned from my mistakes, sir. It's all,
no, you have not.
Look, you learn from your mistakes.
Right now, sir.
Nothing, sir.
You are lying
from your
mistakes.
mistakes.
You learn is how to swipe your card from a different
That's
angle.
all you know how to do. Bang.
I've learned a lot. You know how I learned? My Oracle taught me. My Oracle taught me.
Listen, don't bring your wife in this because you're offending me right now.
I can't tell you the conversation, sir. But the Oracle have taught me a lot.
Don't do that. You bringing your wife in this. You know we won't say nothing about your wife. You wrong for that, bro.
No, Sean. I'll be fair. She probably didn't have a conversation. She had a one-way talk with him.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There wasn't any response from Easy, but just nodding his head.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
What you gonna say to the Oracle? You can't say no to her.
Is that
what you gonna say?
Is that a fair assessment, Sean?
That's a fair assessment.
Absolutely.
Hey, sound like we got another caller.
Yes.
Well, goddamn it, I'm about to roll up. Goddamn it, I've been trying to wait. Hold on. I'll roll it up. Goddamn it.
You ain't smoking weed tonight? Smoking?
I'm trying, but we still going.
Oh, we about to go. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, look, we about to get out of here, man. Look, Smokey over there. He ready. Smokey over there ready.
It's
Smokey
got
over there ready.
Phoenix.
He ready for the after party, man. He ready for the after party.
Have a good time.
All right.
I can't leave you alone. It got me
Look, I want to say Happy New
Just
Year
one
to
hit
everybody.
of you.
Yeah.
I want to say
Just one hit of you.
I want to say
my
happy.
God. This dude.
I want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody.
Hey, Happy New Year, last stream. Happy New
Last
Year.
stream.
Be
Last
careful
stream, y'all.
out there.
Be
Please.
careful.
Be careful. out in these
2023 is
streets.
going to
We
be
wanna
even
see you.
better.
Man, I'm gonna be
Absolutely.
inside. I'm be inside drunk.
Me
man.
too.
I ain't gonna-
Staying inside.
I'll be
staying
shooting
inside.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Y'all
gonna be
be
out?
careful out there, man. Don't drink and drive.
No, I don't drink.
I didn't say
want-
you, bad guts.
I don't.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
drink.
I know you
don't
don't drink. You got bad guts. We know you don't drink, Scoop.
Hashtag Team Bad Guts.
Hashtag bad guts. I don't drink either.
Where's
so.
my outro? Thank y'all guys. We gonna see y'all in 2023. Later.